The root of entertainment is the enter. Be careful what you allow to enter into your home. I mean, that's huge right now. So how do you ladies monitor what you allow?
I love that. It's just like the scripture, watch what goes in your eye gate and your ear gate. And I think it's what you read, what you watch, what you listen to. And I think that that's where it has to start. What are you listening to? What are you allowing yourself to watch? What are you allowing yourself to say? Examine that, because your kids are going to do as you do, not as you say, as we know. So for us, my kids are pretty, they hear one thing, they're like, oh, we can't watch the show. First of all, no new shows or movies are watched without Paul and I, without our approval. That's huge, because we need to be able to see it first and make sure it's okay and it's appropriate. And then sometimes if they're watching a show, there might be something that's like, maybe not okay. But for my 9-year-old, we'll say, hey, yeah, that what they said there, that's not okay. We don't say that. So I really think as long as you're, and we have that relationship with our kids, you have to have that relationship where you're discussing and talking with them. But it is going to look like they can't do a lot of things compared to a lot of other kids. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, I think that today's culture, YouTube is such a huge thing. Kids love YouTube. Well, we started in our home cutting that down to only Saturday mornings is the only time that they're allowed to be on YouTube, and it's on the TV in the family room, not on a device, not on an iPad, a phone, or anything like that. It is where my husband and I are sitting and having our coffee, and they're watching YouTube right there on the big screen. But I do think that setting an example as you and your spouse, your kids, like, naturally, my oldest is 9, and they naturally are like, I turned that off because he said, you know, he said something where you're like, okay, that wasn't that bad, but I'm glad that they did. You know, you don't say that to them, but you know, their discernment is turned on because you're teaching them how to be discerning. You're teaching them, oh no, we don't, you know, you cut things, you stop things, you turn the radio off, you put worship music on, you know, you teach them how to be and right from wrong. So I think that, you know, for our home, it's very limited, like it's very limited. They watch TV on the screen in our family room for the most part, unless we're traveling and they have their tablets, but that's about it.
Yeah, my husband and I talk about staying so far away from the fence that even if you get all the way up to the fence, you're still not like being bad, like being like super cautious, like even just down to like language. And who we are outside is who we are inside. Like you are. We are who we are, and you're not going to get us one way and then another way. So like language is clean. The kids don't use, you know, bad language, and just even down to things that they watch. I never let my kids watch anything that will put a spirit of fear in them. We want to watch this. I say no, because you're not even getting close to anything like with a spirit of fear or anything like that. And then I love that quote, because everything's a gateway. Like, how do all these addictions happen? How does a pornography addiction happen? A gateway, something probably so small you probably just glanced your eyes. And so we try to really limit anything that's a gateway.
I just had this conversation with my oldest is 11 and a half, and you know, she's not even in school and she's asking for a phone. I'm like, who do you know that has a phone?
But, where are your friends?
But she was even playing with my old phone the other day. She has like a virtual reality thing, Pokemon Go. And I took it because she was starting, not doing anything bad, but just like getting on Pokemon Go, and she didn't ask. And I took the phone, and it kind of brought on this whole conversation, like, it takes 2 seconds. I said, there is so much out there. And it just gave me the opportunity to just explain to my kids, guys, I don't do it because I'm mean or because I want to be annoying. I do it because I know what's out there. And I know that all it takes is one click. You might not even click. Something might pop up. I said, that's why the computers, when they're homeschooled, so they use computers, it's in the kitchen. They don't take the computers up to their room. Even this little phone, this old phone, you don't take it up to your room. You have to do it here, because if something does pop up, that doesn't even have to be something you click on. Something does pop up, I'm there. Even Amazon, they search for things, or Google, they'll want to, like, we print out like coloring pages, because anything can pop up. So they know that they have to be right here because this is why. This is why we want to protect you.
And you're not going to be popular, and that's okay.
Yep. It's not cool,
If
but
your kids can read, have them read their Bible in the morning. Get started on their devotions early and young.
Yeah.
That'll get it in them.
So Elizabeth commented on this post by saying, the eye is the lamp of the body. Paul said, what are you looking at when no one else is looking? In these end times, we must evaluate our intake and seek the Lord for his purification. Let's be mindful of what we let enter our homes.